Tied up beforehand, there we go.
Okay, I'm ready. I've started it, so I'm ready whenever.
Thank you.
I would respectfully ask that everybody find their seat and then for a minute stand and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I don't want to go down.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome. I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting for the Oceana County Board of Commissioners for February 22nd, 2024. And I ask the chair to do a roll call, please, or the clerk.
Mr. Erickson?
Here.
Mr. Morris?
Here.
Mr. Beggs?
Here.
Mr. Hardy?
Here.
Mr. Walker?
Here. I ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the February 8th, 2024 meeting, please.
I'll make that motion, Hardy.
Motion by Mr. Hardy. Do we have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Mr. Beggs. Any corrections, discussions, or comments on them? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Conflict of interest disclosures regarding agenda items. As I stated in the Finance Committee meeting, I am declaring a conflict of interest for, find it here, the number 2024-28, the District Court Magistrate wage increase. And again, it's because I have a family member that has hearings in front of that officer. Are there any other conflict of interest that any board members want to declare? Thank you. Changes to the agenda. Any requests for changes to the agenda? Hearing none, approval of the agenda.
So moved.
So moved, Mr. Erickson. Do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Mr. Beggs. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Are there any public comments at this time?
Hi,
Good afternoon.
my name is Anna Rapay. I didn't think you'd do public comments first, but thank you.
We do them at the beginning and at the end.
Great. I'm Anna Rapay. I have court today. I'm the referee in Oceana County. I sent out an email last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, introducing myself and telling you that I'm running for probate judge. I really want to listen to what's important to the community members you represent, your opinions. I would make myself available for any meetings or other things that would be helpful in doing that. Judge Lamberts is retiring. I've already filed documents to run, so I wanted to introduce myself. But Thursdays are very busy for me because we have front of the court hearings all day, which is one of my primary duties here. I've been here for a couple years. I really love the court system. I really care about the court staff and about what we're doing here. I think that one of the most important things for a probate judge is to have an understanding of human beings and their relationships, because we're dealing with all the difficult times in life: divorce, child support, custody, the death of a loved one. And I think I have a website that kind of lays out my experience. I think I'm well qualified for the job, and I'm already doing part of it because I'm the referee and I do a lot of hearings for Judge Lamberts. So I welcome any conversation. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the community listening, and I just want to take a minute to introduce myself today. Thank you. I'll maybe leave a couple of my pamphlets around so you have the website if you want it. But thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well, or I'll leave them on the floor in the alternative.
Are there any other public comments at this time? Mr. Morris, Council on Aging ballot language.
Yes, Chairman Walker.
So this is our actual resolution here, right? So, yeah, okay.
If I may, you would modify the, after the renewal and restoration would be added.
Yeah, and that's not in the motion itself, so we
No,
need,
it's not, I have renewal and restoration, and then we'll need to change the years. If the board so
Right.
chooses.
okay.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
For clarity, Mr. Morris, would you mind reading the motion and then reading the ballot language after you read the motion?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Morris.
All right, so Chairman Walker, I make a motion to rescind Resolution 23-14 and adopt Resolution 24-04, approving the ballot language proposition for the August election for the provision of an operating millage for the Oceana Council on Aging. The proposed language of the resolution is,
Just, yes, Mr. Morris.
okay. This proposal establishes one millage previously approved by the electors that expired after December 2023 levy. The Headley Amendment previously reduced this millage to 0.9838 mils. This ballot proposal renews the existing 0.983 mils and restores the 0.0162 mils previously rolled back by the Headley Amendment. Shall the limitation upon the total amount of taxes which may be levied against all taxable property in Oceana County be increased by the amount of up to $1 per thousand dollars, 1 mil, against all taxable property in the Oceana County, the County of Oceana for a period of, and I'll say, I'm gonna go 7 years. We'll split the difference. 2024 through 2030.
Mr. Morris, if I may ask the clerk, does that then make it a special, you don't want to do an odd number because there's no election.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so let me go back, and I'll go with a period of 8 years, 2024 through 2031 inclusive, for the purpose of funding operations and to providing services to senior citizens of the county through the Oceana Council on Aging, a Michigan nonprofit corporation. If approved and levied in its entirety, this millage would raise an estimated $1,481,115 in the first calendar year of the levy. Now, there's a question mark there, which I don't think should be there, right?
No, it's right.
No?
Because it's asking should.
Right.
Shallow limitation.
Shall.
Right, okay. I'll support it.
Moved by Mr. Morris, support by Mr. Beggs. Discussion.
Could you also, include renewal and restoration in the header of of that
Yeah, so I'll amend my
resolution,
motion
please?
to include in the title, the header, operating millage renewal and restoration for Oceana Council on Aging.
I still support.
Further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes. And with one comment, please reach out to the Out County people. They're in dire need of help. And thank you. Mr. Beggs, letter of understanding, fraternal order, please.
I'd like to make motion 2024 to approve the letter of understanding between the Fraternal Order of Police, the Oceana County Sheriff's Department, and Oceana County for the purpose of wage scale increase to aid in retaining and attracting employees to the Oceana County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Do we have a support?
I'll support Hardy.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes. Mr. Hardy, renewal grants for Code Red Emergency Mass Notification System.
Mr. Walker, motion number 2024-25 to approve 2 alignment and allowability forms for emergency management for the renewal of Code Red, the county's emergency mass notification system with funds to be paid from the state Homeland Security Grant Program.
I'll support.
Moved by Mr. Hardy, support by Mr. Beggs. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes. Mr. Erickson, MGT Master Service Agreement for the Friend of Court.
Mr. Walker, I make motion 2024-26 to approve the MGT Master Services Agreement for the Oceana County Friend of the Court for the purpose of Title IV-D, claiming services and automated time log processing, and allow the chair to sign.
Do we have a support?
I'll support that, Morse.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Moved by Mr. Erickson, support by Mr. Morris. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes. Mr. Beggs, contract for surveying services.
I'd like to make motion 2024-27. How would I word this? Pending, determination whether a bid is required to approve the monumentation surveyor agreement with Alex Altmeyer, PS A&A Land Surveying for the purpose of all surveying projects in Oceana County as required by the monumentation and remonumentation plan for Oceana County, and allow the chair to sign.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Do we have a support?
I'll support Hardy.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. Moved by Mr. Beggs, support by Mr. Hardy. Any comments or discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Can I just make a comment there? I
Yes.
assume the administrator is gonna look into that bid requirement, or who's taking care of that?
I will go in and talk with Rick and,
They have work.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll get with him
Very
too.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Mr. Morris, District Court Magistrate wage increase. And again, I will abstain from voting on this.
Chairman Walker, thank you. I make a motion to align the district court magistrate's wages with the pay scale set by the adoption of the fiscal year 2024 budget.
Do we have a support?
Support.
Moved by Mr. Morris, support by Mr. Erickson. Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Abstain. Mr. Hardy, payment of claims.
Mr. Walker, as for board approval, accounts payable and release of funds for Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. Ambulance fund total $251,517.73. FOC fund $2,194.06. Automated ROD fund total $1,658.84. Indigent defense fund total $47,138.82. LOCT fund total $84. Canine unit fund $239.97. ARPA fund total $167.78. Department of Veterans Affairs $6,703.02. Technology and Innovation Fund $9,017.76. Public Improvement Fund $1,098.48. Building Department Fund $11,061.55. For a general fund total of $542,566.93, and a grand total of $873,448.94.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. Do we have a support for payment of claims?
I'll support. Go ahead, Mr. Erickson.
Moved by Mr. Hardy, supported by Mr. Beggs. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hardy,
Yes.
Mr. Beggs,
Yes.
Mr. Erickson,
Yes.
Mr. Morse,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes. Reports from commissioners and department heads. Are there any department heads first that have any reports? Okay. Mr. Beggs.
I don't have anything to report today.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Mr. Hardy?
Nothing to report.
Mr. Morse?
Yeah, I'll hit on, Tracy's office is working on a newsletter for our board to have a connection, a way to connect with our constituents. And, like in the start here that Jana just handed to me, the one question is, how to get it out to the community. The tax, the idea that Ed Vanderrees had, looks like it's not gonna work because that comes from the townships. It's in the, townships, the ones that fill those, stuff, those envelopes. So putting these in there isn't necessarily gonna be an option. And she just told me that. So we're gonna have to come up with a plan B about how to get these out. But, I envision this as being, each one of our departments has an opportunity to highlight some special, something that's happened in the last 6 months, so that our community knows what's going on, and then also maybe some highlights from the county board, some decisions that we made, or and so forth. And but I would love to hear what you guys, and I think Tracy and Jana would love to hear what ideas you have that can make this, a newsletter people would look forward to reading as well.
Anything else for us?
No thanks.
Mr. Erickson?
Mr. Walker, just a couple things I'd like to bring to your attention. Christine Jensen has passed away. Christine served with us on the Oceana County Medical Care Facility Board and a teacher in Oceana County many years. She did pass away on Monday, I believe. Her obituary will be published tomorrow. Another thing I'd like to bring to our attention is that I know tires have been a problem everywhere, and I'd like the commissioners to know that, we do have tire recyclers that are available to come to a person's site and to take those away. So, with that tire thing, if anybody wants me to share this number, they'll come and take those things away rather than have to load them up and haul them. It's a real nice service that they have done. Very much so. And out in Crystal Valley, I would like to mention Mr. Heislip again. I spoke with him this week. He's away today working hard on a road project. He is working extremely hard on a farm road project. It's near and dear. And, that takes us out all the way to Arbor Farms through Crystal Valley. And Lee he's really been a tremendous asset for Crystal Township, and I surely appreciate what he's done. And I'd like to thank Gary McKean again for the work that he's been doing. We've got a lot of good volunteers and township people. And I've got to say a thank you to Mr. Raffaelli too for his foresight in that, and getting back to the Council on Aging issue, to have a special election when there's only one, and then to come back and today, if we can make these coincide with general elections, it sure would help our townships. And as you saw coming in, we're doing our 9 days of early voting here, and our clerk has had that set up, and we've got a lot of volunteers in there for the amount of people that have come to vote. But next Tuesday we can go to our own polling place. Thank you, Mr. Walker.
And Mr. Erickson, the clerk pointed this out to me. I wondered about it. Did the board members see what the cost was to mail out the cards to the voters in Oceana County for this? They had just over 100 people come, but did they see what the cost for that?
No.
Just over $15,000 to have them printed and sent out.
And if we have a busy Saturday, we might have 150 or 200 people for $15,000 early voting.
Yeah.
Does
So
the state cover that though? I mean, not that it matters, it's still
Yeah.
tax money, taxpayer money, but
Yes,
we don't.
it's reimbursable.
Yeah.
we talk about
Right, taxpayers still.
we talk about needed changes in legislation in Lansing on different items. There was an example where we didn't need a change, and the cost all comes back to the local units.
And I'd like to reflect that, most everybody had Monday off. It's President's Day. Maybe we need to have President's Day, Election Day, and everybody gets the day off. It'd simplify everything.
So, but, I just,
Still gotta work.
I have one comment for, the commissioners. Our land bank meeting was very productive this week. We have a very, very good land bank board and a chairperson for it. Lynn is one of the valuable members on our land bank. And we looked at a major project at the former Kyrgyz Iron. And I mentioned to you before that land banks way of doing business is a little bit different than normal government. So the procurement and bid policy did not fit real well the county's bid policy. The chair has developed a bid policy that was approved by the land bank based on Marquette County and Manistee County. Marquette County is one of the most active land banks in the state of Michigan. And it's also the largest county in the state of Michigan, geographically. But we are going to be bringing that policy back to the County Board of Commissions for adoption for our use. And look at it closely. I think you'll find that it's very, very well written, and it's not 60 pages or 70 pages either. It really covered all of the topics that, some topics that we run into problems with at getting bids. And I'll give you an example. Sometimes we have a hard time getting bids on a project we're doing, a number of people, or people don't return the bids back. The land bank's proposed policy is that we are required to solicit 3 bids. If we send out formal notifications to 3 different firms in that business, we have solicited 3 bids. If only one brings it back, we don't have to rebid the whole project again. So there was a lot of vision with the way that would. And I'm going to step aside the normal on that. Lynn, do you have any comments on that policy coming forward?
No, not really, other than we've been working hard to move this land bank forward and really provide people with options for getting things done, so.
Thank you. That's all I had. Public comments? Lynn, welcome.
Actually, just wanted to make 2 short comments because you've heard plenty. First, I wanted to just thank the county and Amy in particular, on behalf of the townships, all the townships, for handling our early voting. I actually early voted on Sunday. So I realize that you may not get large numbers, but in fact, they may be people that wouldn't have voted. So I think it's important to think about how many opportunities we need to give people to vote. So wanted to say that. Also just wanted to comment, I had a longer one, but I'm not doing it. Wanted to thank you for the renewal and restoration millage for the Council on Aging. Speaking as an older citizen, I use the Council on Aging for a lot of services, especially for my older relatives, and I just want to thank you for supporting that.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Hearing no other public comments, again, thank you for your being here today and the input that you did, and we stand adjourned. Well, we are going to adjourn, but we're gonna reconvene up at the District 10 Health Department building, the board members, because that building now is owned by Oceana County. It was paid for by Oceana County. When we went into the District 10 Health Department, there were 6 of the counties that didn't have enough money to build their own facility. The parent company built the facilities and we paid for them over a period of time. We have paid that building off. So we are going up, the board members have never been inside that building or the EMS building. So the board members are gonna jointly go up to those buildings. Anybody that wants to join us is welcome to join us, but there's no decisions that are gonna be made. It's just gonna be a simple walkthrough of the buildings. So we know what we have. And we are adjourned. Thank you again for being here.